Good morning, Year 3. Welcome to Week 6 Spelling. I hope you have all had an amazing weekend and are enjoying your start to the week. This week, we are focusing on the digraph AW, which makes the sound OR. And we can hear this sound as in the word saw. Let's get started. The first word we are going to be looking at today is the word thaw, and it comes from the red word column. Can you please say thaw? Thaw is defined as when ice, snow, or another frozen substance, such as food, become liquid or soft as a result of warming up. Now, the sentence I've used thaw in today is, Auntie had to thaw the chicken before it could be cooked. Now, when I do say this word thaw, no, I am definitely not talking about the Marvel superhero. However, that's a completely different spelling. That's T-H-O-R. So the one we are looking at this week in our spelling words is the T-H-A-W, thaw. And in the top right-hand corner here, you can see that I have provided you with a bit of an illustration as to what thaw is in our environment. And as you can see, the ice is beginning to thaw out because it is becoming a liquid, so water, as a result of the weather warming up. Okay, let's look at the sounds and letters we can hear in the word thaw. We can hear the sounds th, or. You can see that the digraph AW is making the OR sound, which is what our spelling focus is this week, and the letters TH are making the th sound. So, THAW, thaw. What part of this word do you think you need to remember? I have underlined the digraph AW, which makes the OR sound, as that's our spelling focus for this week. However, you may also like to remember that the TH digraph is making the th sound. Okay, have a turn at spelling the word thaw without looking at it. Now remember, we are focusing on the digraph AW this week. So in all of the words that you will be spelling this week, when you hear the OR sound, it will be made with the digraph AW. Okay, I do have to pause our little mini lesson here for a quick moment because I almost forgot to mention that this week I have also added in another little fun kind of activity, I suppose, that you could be following along with as you do your mini spelling lesson. At the bottom of the screen somewhere, I have included a random letter. Now, I have included a random letter on each slide of this PowerPoint, and it actually spells out a secret message. So, as you were going through the mini lesson today and you are listening and you are learning, perhaps you'll also like to be jotting down and recording those secret letters to see if you can unravel what the secret message I have left for you this week is. I would then love it if you could then contact your teacher on Google Classroom and type in what the secret word for this week, or the secret message, for this week is. Okay, back to learning. The next word we will be looking at today is the word squawk. Now, squawk is from the orange word column, and again we can see the AW digraph is making the OR sound in squawk. Okay, squawk means a loud or harsh noise made by a bird or person. And you can see in the illustration up here, it appears that the bird is making a very loud or harsh noise. Now, the sentence I've put the word squawk into is, a startled bird darted with a squawk from a tree overhead. All right, let's look at the sounds and letters we can hear. So in the word squawk, the sounds we can hear are s, k, w, awk, squawk, squawk. Now, You might have noticed that in this word squawk are some of the other spelling focuses that we have looked at in previous weeks. So you can see that the letter Q, or the graph Q, is making the K sound. The graph U is making the W sound, and then we have our digraph AW making the OR sound. So it's very important that when we are doing our spelling lessons, that you are remembering all of the spelling rules that we are teaching you, because you can use those spelling rules in many other words. And that's why we do teach them to you in a certain structure and in a certain way, because they all build upon each other at some point. Okay, so let's look at the letters that we have in squawk. We have S, Q, U, A, W, K. S, Q, U, A, W, K. Squawk. What part of this word do you need to remember? I have underlined the digraph AW as it makes the OR sound, and that is our focus for this week. However, you may need to remember that the K sound at the beginning of the word is made with the letter Q. The W sound is made with the letter U. All right, so S, Q, U, A, W, K. Squawk. All right, Year 3, have a turn at spelling the word squawk without looking at it. Remember, you can always double check your spelling at the end of the video. Okay, the next word and the final word we will be looking at today is the word scrawny. And scrawny comes from our green word column. Can you please say the word scrawny? Scrawny is defined as a person or animal that is thin and bony. And I have put a little bit of an illustration from one of my, I suppose, favorite childhood classics, I suppose you could say, Where's Wally? And it reflects and links with the sentence that I have written for this week. The famous book character, Where's Wally, can be described as scrawny. And he represents, I think, perfectly the definition of scrawny as being a little bit thin and perhaps bony. However, you could use this word to definitely describe an animal that perhaps has been malnourished and hasn't been fed a lot of food. Okay, let's look at the sounds and letters that we can hear. The sounds we can hear are sk, r, o, n, e. Sk, r, o, n, e. Scrawny. And the letters that we have are S, C, R, A, W, and Y. S, C, R, A, W, and Y. You might have noticed in this word scrawny that another one of the graphs that we have focused on in previous spelling lessons has also appeared, which is the graph Y, or the letter Y, which is making the E sound. Now we know that the graph Y makes the letter E sound in a lot of spelling words. So once again, we can see that things that have been taught in previous lessons, it all builds upon each other, and the same spelling rules can be used and applied across many different words. So S, C, R, A, W, and Y. S, C, R, A, W, and Y. Scrawny. What part of the word scrawny do you need to remember? Perhaps it is the digraph AW which makes the OR sound, or it might be the graph Y is making the E sound. Okay, have a go at spelling the word scrawny without looking at it. All right, that brings us to the end of our mini spelling lesson for week 6. Yes, I have created another Kahoot for you to participate in. I really do hope that you enjoyed the one that I created for you last week. This week is somewhat similar, but with different questions. And you will find the link and the pin number or the pin code on the next slide. Now, did you figure out what the secret message was? Shh, don't tell anyone. I want to see if people can find it on their own. If you did find it, please go to Google Classroom and type what you think the secret message is, and share that with your teacher, because I know that they would love to see if you know what it was. Oh, I've gone back. Okay. These are the words that you will be focusing on this week. So in the red column, we have the word saw, raw, thaw, law, and jaw. In the orange column, we have fawn, straw, claw, squawk, and draw. In the green column, we have the word withdraw, awkward, flawless, scrawny, and redraw. And in our personal word column this week, they are all words starting with the letter B. We have biodegradable, blasé, brevity, brilliance, and brusque. Now, I just want to make a mention that if you come across a word that you don't know the meaning of, please look it up. It is very important to, one, learn how to spell words and learn all the different spelling rules and patterns that we have in the English language. However, another very important thing that you need to do when learning spelling is to actually understand what the words mean. So if you are in the personal words and you are focusing on the personal words this week, and perhaps you don't know what brusque means, please go onto Google and do a quick search and just find out what it means. It will help you have a much deeper understanding of the word. Also, if you don't know how to pronounce some of these words, Google is really good at, if you type it in, it will actually give you it's a bit of a computer generated voice, but it gives you a demonstration on how to actually pronounce the word. And this word up here, it is not blaze, it is blasé. And it has that little apostrophe up the top to represent that it has an origin. So where the word comes from is not directly from the English language. Okay, I hope you enjoy your Kahoot for this week. I hope you had a little bit of fun trying to decode the secret message that I left for you. And I wish you all the best with your spelling this week. Bye, Year 3. Happy spelling.